Here's an update on this guy. Had a bad coil on the number 6. Brand new coil. I don't know. Things happen, I suppose. Anyway, I found a freaking snake in there. I didn't get a good look at him. Let me tell you that. But I haven't seen him since. You know, I don't know. It's chilly enough that maybe you wouldn't see him. I don't plan to go look for him either. So I'm wondering, like when he brought it from the lake and he brought it all the way over here, he had his bilge pump on. It was just running. And I'm wondering if that kind of drew that snake up. I don't know where he would be though, or how he got, you know, I mean, there's ways, because like he could have went back up through here, and it could be down in this area. You know, he's probably not in the front compartment, but you don't know that either, because there's access to go up to the front compartments. It's really kind of taught me a lesson, because I'm like, I didn't really think much about it. That thing just lives out there at the marina. And so, you know, yeah, we're not going to go looking for him either. Mike can come pick it up, and he can go. He's a biologist. He's a biologist. He could go get him out of there. He's probably laughing at me, man. Anyway, yeah, just a bad coil. There was a few other things too. They kind of like those carbs got loose. There was a linkage on the carb, and on that port side, it was loose, which is really weird, but things happen, I suppose. Alright, so this here, fellers, is going to be a weird one. Never know what I'm going to get myself into, but here we are. It's like the high today is only going to be like 61. So I'm out here, you know, it's wet, been raining, don't want to stop raining, but here we are. But we got this 70 horsepower Nissan, which is fine. It's got a model number on the side. This is something I'm getting into. I don't know what I'm getting into. We'll figure it out though. Or maybe not, I don't know. I mean, how hard can it be, right? So, you know, like you get them and, oh yeah, it needs an impeller, it needs a carb job. And like, you're like, yeah, it does. Then you go to looking for parts and you're like, holy cow. Like, I can't find that part, you know? Well, if you'd have tore into it and you'd have been like, oh crap. Cause you'd be like, man, I can't get them parts. So then what are you gonna do? Everybody goes to Amazon, you know, because they gotta get them cheap parts. But I mean, those cheap parts just don't work very good. Anyway, everybody knows it. OEM parts the best. It's just what it is. But if you gotta have it, or you gotta try to find a part, you're gonna try to have to find a part. I don't know. This is so NS70A2, and I guess he found somebody, and there's 21028. So 360-1-21028. I'm guessing, you know, it's made in Japan. It's a Japanese motor. So first thing I discovered, just looking down in there, it had the wrong plugs, and it's written in there too. So I looked this up, you know, like I got, I don't know, several that I can call and be like, hey, I need this part, or I can just look it up. I can look up the, we got a plane going overhead, but okay, so basically I can look it up, right? Well, I'm not finding anything for this motor, so then I found a parts list. It's pretty cool. I mean, it's out there on the internet, it's on the wide world webs, and basically it's saying, you know, like, it doesn't tell you a year. So then looking into it, looking a little deep into it a little bit, I found parts for an 88, but, or yeah, no, for an 86. His 88, or so he thinks. So you can come along and see what's gonna happen. I don't have a clue. Like, I don't know where this road's gonna take us, but I know it does need a carb job, and I know it needs a water pump. So you can't get the gasket for the water pump. I found an O-ring for a carburetor that's like 88, so I think it'll work. But I guess what I could do, and I have the approval from the customer, is to crack the carbs. Hopefully none of the gaskets fail, and it reseals. You know, we clean that bowl and just let it be. Maybe we can, the upper part, I think I can throw in the ultrasonic and we can clean that part of it up. Hopefully, unless they're like, you gotta take the Welch plugs out. So there's no carb kit for this. So I don't know, you know, we're not gonna take any Welch plugs out. We're gonna clean these things pretty good. We're gonna give it a real good cleaning. Hope for the best. Now on the water pump, I can take the impeller off. I can get the impeller, but the problem is you can't get, there's not a gasket set, and some of these pumps, you know, it has an inset. Well, you can't really get that either. So we can replace the impeller, but I don't know. I don't have a clue. So as long as this guy knows, like, and he's a nice guy, man, you know, like, but everything seems nice until all of a sudden you're in it, and then it's you're in my motor, man. You know, like it's a really old motor, and it's great. I heard these are really great motors. Anyway, well, a little feller brought me over this Nissan. It's got some issues. NS70A2. It's looked like 70 horsepower. Little Nissan. I'll have to look it up, look up the year, all that stuff. Little Japanese motor. These are good little motors, I think. NS70A2. Says it runs. Got my tub over here, but first we're gonna have to fix the spark plug because he's got it just wrapped around there. So he had a couple of pieces. We'll throw this on there, see if we can get it going. You know, maybe we gotta get him a new CDI bar, or this is where, I guess this is where our coils are. It's just like a little plastic cover, but I think that's just like one coil, but it's got two outputs. I don't know. Have to look at it and see. But yeah, it looks like it just got twisted on there, so probably just make this work. And he's got some gas over there, but I don't know. Maybe look, it looks all right. I got pumped it in there. That gas looks okay. Feels good. I get some car spray and throw it in there whenever I get ready to do this. I think let's do something like this and maybe solder this to this piece. Fill up the tub, see if I can get it to run. He did say like the water pressure, I guess, is really bad. So this is where it comes from. Looks like somebody's tried to repair this before. This little plastic piece, which I believe comes off. So we can look and see if that's leaking or this just clogged up. He did want to do like a water pump, but I like to get him running first, at least see what I'm dealing with. He thinks, he says the choke is real tight. So I was kind of looking at that. But that's going to be dependent on this, if it pulls our magnet in good or not. I mean, that doesn't look like it's real dirty, but we can see, you know, maybe just a bad solenoid. Carbs don't, from the outside, they don't look terrible. I could try to open them up. Just that one down there is really hard to get to. It's just no room. You know, that's why I was thinking, well, maybe I can get it to just fire. And see if it fires, check the compression, and see if we got spark. And maybe that's the thing to do the first, just before you do anything. Just take the plugs out, look at them, because it might have been fouled out, and fix this. So I don't know, a number of ways to go about it, I guess. I think I will do that. Just like I've just got in a good habit of doing that. Just take the plugs out, see if they're good, write the compression on here, fix our spark, go from there. So anyway, that's what I got planned. This is my project, at least for the next hour or two. And we got another bad hair day. So that's what I'm up to. I've been doing all kinds of stuff this morning. These Japanese motors, they got these little bitty connectors. So to do my remote start, I rigged up this to connect onto it. So now I should be able to just, you know, hit the button and have some startages going. Repaired that spark plug lead. And I thought about just seeing if it'd fire up, but I don't know. Second thought, I think I might just take these plugs out now, just to take a look and see what they look like. Of course, I got the wrong. Try this again. Yeah, just tear that. Oh, yeah. Drop it right down there. Yeah, it looks like normal. Smells kind of like old gas though. And NGK B7HS, and there's a tag B8HS10. So this will probably work, but I can see if I have any of those B8H or B8HS10s. There's a little stamp right there, so I don't know. Might as well get my spark checker, to be honest with you. 'Cause then we can check for spark and do a compression test. Might as well. They smell like old fuel though. And I got a couple of plugs that are close to that, but Let's see what's in here. And I got the spark checker. I don't know. How about put this somewhere where it's not don't blow us up. Maybe over here on this side. See what kind of compression we get. And see if we get any spark. See if we can get any sparkages. You need sparkages and compression to do anything. See if we get turnover, get anything to spark. We're looking for right here. So we can go in about that far, it's probably alright. Well, that's just dumping fuel. Let that settle down. I didn't see any spark, did you guys? I don't like that because it's really maybe coming out of this bottom hole. Yeah, I think so. So we got 150. So I think maybe I'm gonna do a I don't know how to, may put a plug in back in that. So that's a lot of fuel. That's just dumping fuel. So we got a carburetor that's it's gonna need a carb job. Carb job. Gonna need a carb job. Maybe just so we're not spewing carb. I don't know. Be alright. I'm only gonna do it for briefly. So 150. Alright, what's this one gonna be? Like spraying that. We'll go real quick. I'm looking to see if I got spark. And we're gonna stop, turn the key off. If we don't get enough for the compression. I saw it on the bottom. But I don't know if we saw it on the top. Yeah, only on the bottom. So, did our yeah, it should be good. And this is our line right here. It's the one we're looking for. I mean, I can back it up, I can go in. Oh, we got them both. All right. So now what kind of compression we got on this one? Looks like about 130. Will it run? I don't know. So the nearest closest spark plug that I have, personally, is a BPZ8HS 10. Down here we're looking for B8HS 10. Just a slightly different plug. I know they're good. We'll try to run it and see if it'll start, and then I don't know, you know, go get him some other plugs. But I want to check and see. Like he said, he wasn't getting hardly anything flowing. I know it needs a carb job. I just saw all that fluid. So what do I do here? Because I didn't see much spraying out of it up here, you know what I mean? Like it was just dumping out the bottom. just put the carbs back in, get the front of that off, or airbox, hose in there, and you know, just a general hosing, you know, like I get sometimes, just a general freaking hosing. But we're trying, and you know, you just gotta move on with it. It's like, okay, well, I worked 20 hours on that motor and I can't charge you any labor, but hey, good luck. Hope somebody can get it. I can't get it. Usually I do, though. About 90. You guys watch about 90. What are we at? We got to be about 98 percentile on it. Occasionally I get one that stumps me, but for the most part, like, I get them fixed. It might take me longer than the average guy. Like, you ain't getting it in like a day, but hey, we're getting her done. We're doing our best. I got some great fans and guys watching my videos. I really appreciate it. I do, man. I've become friends with some people, and it's really cool, man. I really appreciate it. One of my guys, they bought a water pump for me this morning, and man, that's great. Anyway, what am I talking about? I don't know. Let me just keep doing, you know, when you're doing this, usually you just do it. You know, you don't like have to talk about it. You ain't gotta like describe everything. And here I am, you know, just like, okay, this is what I'm doing, you know. And I might get rained out, but I thought I'd see if it'll run. I took that front air box off, and that gives me access to the front of these carbs, so see, maybe I can put a little juice in there and loosen this up, I guess. It's not really, I don't think there's really any place. Now maybe we could go in here. I can't remember if this is a, you know, I don't know. Let's just be straight about this. These carbs I don't know about. They're all pretty much the same. Now I can get to this bowl right here. I can loosen that up and see if we can, you know. This bottom one seemed like it was maybe just dumping fuel, so maybe, I don't know, maybe it loosened some of this junk up, but basically we're just taking a stab at it. I know the bottom one, like the I don't know, there's nowhere any other place to spray. You know, I don't see any other places where there's a vent hole or anything like that. It's definitely gonna rain here. So, turn our key on and just go ahead and see if it'll start, I guess. We'll see what happens here. I got probably 10 minutes. And then we'll have to shut her down, I think. We could choke it. Okay, all right. All right, so I've already taken a bunch of this stuff off. You know, we're gonna have to take these off, and of course you probably can't get the bushing. We won't mess with any of the settings here, and then we're gonna end up having to take the choke off, looks like. And I've already got the front airbox cover off, but we're gonna have to take all this off. These are kind of interesting because it looks to me like maybe, you know, like I can just unbolt. There's I don't know if you can see it. I don't even know if this is gonna be ideal, but I think, where did I see it? There's one over there, and oh, okay. There's one over here on each side, and then like you can see it down in there. There's another one like there, and then, you know, we could probably just undo this and move it to the side, and that'll give us access to this other bolt that's kind of back underneath the, looks like some kind of, I don't know, inlet line to the intake. I'm not sure. There's a hose down in there. It's hard to see. It goes kind of here up to there, so I think I may have to take that hose off. It's got these old wire, you know, but this should be easy. See, I can get access to that bolt, but our other bolt up here, we have to get some access. This is being held on by this little piece right here. So I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do with this yet. Looks like you can just loosen this up, pull it out of the way, and maybe down there at the bottom we can figure out our fuel supply on the other side. This air box, I don't know if it's just part of this or we just take it off. I think I'll just remove it. Looks like you got a tab here, here, and here. Looks like they had, like these you have to bend out of the way in order to put this ring on, which is pretty fascinating. That doesn't look too bad. Just bend those tabs up and then just pull this off. And then there looks like to be a rubber gasket between here. Hopefully that doesn't just completely get destroyed. Yeah, it's gonna be a fun time. You know it's dirty, and the way it was running, it's definitely probably, you know, probably really all gummed up, old oil. Yeah, so we got a little bit of a job ahead of us. I guess the first thing to do is just to see if I can get this little air box off. Man, Chuck was laughing at me this morning. I get myself in some weird predicaments. So it's Cinco de Mayo. I took my truck over to this guy to go ahead and put this water pump in because, like, I just don't have time for it. Alright, so there's 3/8. No working. Alright, well, we may not even be able to do this. Let's see. Put that there for now. I have to put you up, man. I mean, if it starts raining, well, I need a 10. So the hardest one's down there in the bottom. Maybe I should do that one first. Yeah, we got over to the shop and right when we had to turn to where his shop was, man, there was like a whole bunch of trucks, and they were like doing the road. They were asphalting the road, and where this guy's shop is, man, he's got a lot of vehicles there, you know. And so I told him, I said, man, it's crazy over here. We're trying to figure out what to do. Where should we go? It's, man, Japanese, they had to have little hands. About enough, man. And get the bottom one, then, you know, maybe the other ones won't be too bad. Be like Johnson Evan, let's put the absolute longest bolt we can find, or, you know, within. Alright, so we're going to remember how this goes. So this goes like this. And I've seen this before. So it's been a while, a long while. Yeah, they're not quite, you know, they're 10 mil, but it's not, it's imperial, so just be careful with them. That's the thing about all this stuff, man. You gotta go real slow, methodical. Like, you gotta slow down. Get that bottom one. And this one was like on top, where the other one was kind of like on bottom. You know, that's the only thing you gotta kind of remember there. Now, this right here, ever so gently, we're gonna even go get a pick or some silicone spray to help lubricate it. I'm trying to save on this stuff. Anything, you know, this is fine. This won't hurt nothing. And I already did this one. I sprayed a little in here to see if I could get it to lubricate some. I already did that. But, you know, yeah, I have to clean up all this stuff. But this won't hurt it. But anyway, you get the idea. But I got a little screwdriver to try to hopefully not even have to get like a I can't see anymore, like you have to give that a minute just to let it try and do its magic. It's got to come off. This is the unfortunate part. So I can get to this bolt and I can get to that bolt on the bottom, you know, pretty easy. You know, we might take this off. We could do that. I could go ahead and, while that's soaking, I might even hit it a few more times, but I can take this off. We know it goes like this. Just kind of lay it out of the way. that gives us more access. So, and I believe that's probably the same as them other bolts. Wherever I did with that, it's like, it's not really a 10, you know, it's like probably that Imperial, but looks like I can ever so lightly, you know, get that off. You know, you don't want to take it off from here. But this I want to loosen up as well. This is our choke. So while that, and then I'll just keep, you know, put more of this down in there and let it just keep soaking in. It's delicate, I'm telling you. Alright, so we got a washer, and on the back we got, looks like a rubber piece. So we're just going to take these and put them in our bowl over here. Now what? Alright, so that gives us access. But the only problem is, like, they just give you no room. And of course somebody's probably been in this car but a few times. Oh, I think it just came loose. Yep, almost. The one on the bottom now is the one that's, there we go. And just, I'm gonna leave that just like it is. I'm gonna spray this over. So just let that sit over there and soak. You know, the thing is, like, you know, we gotta get this off at some point. This has gotta come off. And I'm guessing that this is just like, will it, you know, it looks like we can just unscrew it from here, which is probably the best thing to do because, you know, we don't want this attached. This is plastic. I guess we could put it in the carburetor cleaner. Maybe this is the best idea, is take this little bitty nut. It's like a crazy looking, well, it is a lock nut, so I think we could break it from here, but maybe that won't matter. Man, this is the problem, is like, see these little plastic pieces, like once they go, man, you're kind of screwed. So, and you can't really put it in the cleaner. So it does kind of have like a little bit of play. And that's probably what's catching for his choke. I don't know. Boy, oh boy, what do we do here? Well, folks, I don't know. We may have to... Let me just see where... I don't know. Alright, I think maybe I can get this one off up here. That gets me to there. And then we'll leave them together. I guess we'll take this off so it gives me access. Start with the real hard stuff. And looks like they have an adjustment here. It's probably the butterfly. You know, this is the stuff I don't know about this engine. But we should be able to figure it out. And then looks like this is adjustable to this is adjustable. You know what I mean? We've got this right here that's obviously a stop. You know, we don't know. I don't know. I'll figure it out though. I have confidence I'll get us somewhere. I don't know where. Like what his name says, you know, it'll be different. I need two hands. That's not gonna be easy. Man. Wow, it's so tight. I wonder if I can get... No, I mean, how are you gonna do? You gotta have a wrench. Huh. I mean, it's loose. Oh, there we go. Man. Disconnect the fuel. Okay. See if I can stab myself. Oh, there we go. Alright, that gives me access. But do we take these off first? I think so. Yeah. So like the back side. Or do I want to take this off first? Yeah. So I think I take this choke off first. It's like a big rubber grommet. Looks like maybe you can even slide it into this one. Or just takes these, or takes that. Yeah, there we go. We're gonna put these right back. This one had a washer stuck on it. Alright, now 10, number 10 maybe. Alright, got a number 10. Hoping that'll get us. Yes. Yes. So, anyway, I know that'll get us. So, I think what we need to do next is to get our plastic piece off. And, you know, if this is just a piece with a raised edge, probably, yes. Probably actually needed something to hold this into place. So we're going to remember this. I don't know what we're going to do with it, but it's, you know, we don't want to put it in our cleaner. There was probably a little rubber O-ring right there. Now we can get this off. So it always worked for me kind of, or I could take them off as a pair. But this here is a problem because it looks like we can undo them. No, we can't. That's just gonna lock that in there. See, these little plastic pieces, that's the one thing, man. You know, like it, if I can get it to rotate. See, that's really tight. Seems like that should push that down. I think that's what this... Yeah, I think this needs to be adjusted. Looks like that's a stop, so it needs to be up a little bit more. We can do that, but getting these off, I gotta get this off. You gotta kind of just, I got these and it seems to work, but you just do a little prying action and hope for the best. There it goes. Like I said, you just gotta be delicate. So this one's a little harder to get to. careful. Alright, well, maybe I'll get it off when I get it on the fence. I'm telling you, man, it'll wear you out. Okay, let me see. Let me get my... what'd I do with it? There's my wrench. I like doing the hard ones first. That's what I mean, like, Japanese had small hands because, see if it's magnetic, probably not. I see, I missed that earlier. It shows the gap on that spark plug back there. I was looking that up the other day, trying to figure out what it was supposed to be. Yep, now it's gonna fall. I got it. This one will be easier. Yep. That's what I mean. Where did it go? I see it. Can I get to it though? See if I got a magnet. Oh. No. Oh man. You gotta be kidding me. Wow. I mean, I guess it is what it is. You gotta have little hands. Cause I mean, don't you do it. Ah, almost had it. Wow. I mean, it went right down there where, you know, you can't get anywhere near it. Okay, I'm gonna have to go get a pick. A little pick or something like that. Here we go. All right. Wow. Yeah, these two aren't too bad. Looks like we just got to take off this and this top one over here. Come on, man. Maybe this will work. Alright. I don't know why I'm taking off that one. I'm going to take off this one. Come on. And then let's see if we can get this to come off. That's the thing, man. Yeah. Barely even touched it. The plastic is so old and brittle. I don't know guys, because maybe better to go from here. Here. At least get it off and see what. Okay. It's delicate, I'm telling you. You'll bust that plastic if you're not careful. I'm kind of having to contort it a certain way, and it kind of hurting my side there. Alright, I could probably not sneak. I wish you could sneak your hands in there, so you gotta have little hands. It's frustrating. Alright, now how do I get where I grab this nut? Almost, I got it. Just take them all off together at the same time. Lord help me with this, because out. Off the cup. Oh, we got them off. Oh, and that's off. Right now, I think we can rotate this. Now they're separated. Since I want to put these in the ultrasonic, do I dare do anything with these? Probably not. See, this one wasn't even clipped where this one is. I think I'm gonna leave them. You know, I don't know. Figure this out later. I'm gonna have to repair this plastic piece because I barely touch it, and then bam. So that's gonna have to get repaired. But somehow I gotta get this off in order to do that. So. Alright, and we're going to have to label them. So this is one, unless it says somewhere, BC, I mean they look the same. This is what I don't like either, too, is like this. Why, how did we get... Yeah, I don't like that this is attached, but I'm telling you, it's all hairball. It's all hairball. Turn them upside down and just let everything run out. And I need to get this one up. Alright. So yeah, this was one. And this was two. So I need to describe that somewhere. Alright, I got a little scribe. You know, I got a punch set in there I could use, but after thinking about it, these things are so delicate, man. Yeah, they're just super delicate. So now this one, just do, you could do a letter 2, or you could do like me and just go two marks means 2. Alright, like I said, I'm about just leaving that on there. Don't mess with it, don't do nothing. And as soon as you start popping on it, it'll get you. So anyway, here we go. Take a peek inside here. Oh, and make sure you got the right. Well, it looks like we could even use a flathead right there. There we go, baby. Real slow, gentle like. I'm sure those are all going to be the same. I guess the first thing I'll do is take this off. Let's get a... there should be a gasket right there, I would think. Yeah, there's a little rubber O-ring. And that's your jet. So this is the delicate part, because to clean that, I don't know, we'll see. And yeah, that's your jet. Alright, so I'll go back to doing what I was doing. I got another screwdriver, it might be better for this. Let me grab that. See if this one's a little better. Just make sure I'm on there. Yeah. And I'm telling you, you gotta be gentle. Now the other thing to think about too, if you don't know your carbs, right, somewhere make some marks like this is how you'll know to line everything up. And I hope it was on there in the first place. Right, yeah, I'm sure it was. Now, this is the tricky part, because I don't know if we can get this gasket. If we can't get this gasket, so we're just gonna do that. And then, you know, of course this is crushed. You know it is. But we'll do our best. You know what I mean? It doesn't look terrible inside there. Guess that's a good sign. So... I would say that probably this should be flat, if you can see it. See how it's kind of curved up? And I mean the needle, I can't, I mean, just visually, it does look like it's dropping up and dropping down. But I think we're going to have to take a good look at it. And so the way they had it in there, this sealed part is like kind of around there. Also, you got a rubber piece right here. So we don't have to take that screw all the way out. And we can kind of put it back down. Oh yeah, I mean, it definitely, like, that needle looks worn to me. I don't know if it'll ever show up, but it looks worn. So this is a number one. This was probably the better of the two. So this is probably the one that was probably working okay. But, you know, we can get some of this out. Like, you know, maybe just throw it in the ultrasonic for 30 minutes or something. Alright, I got that to move. That's good. That's okay. I don't know if we can get this out or not without damaging it. I think I have some other plugs that this almost looks like a Yamaha 40C carburetor. It's crazy. Here we go. So like I said, I don't know that I can get any parts to this. And then it looks like there's another jet behind here. And we're gonna need a special screwdriver for that. Yeah, this is definitely the better of the two carburetors. Well, actually, this is the bottom carburetor. This is the one that was getting us probably that float. Well, let's just move on to at some point we're going to clean it up. Now this one, we're going to have to use a really big screwdriver to get this nut off. You know, I mean, these things, they look like a 40C carburetor. I don't know if that'll fit in there or not. Yeah, it's awful sloppy. And then not stab herself. Okay. So then, what do I do is I may have to put it in a vise. Yeah. put this in the vise. Alright, hang on. And I got that one out. This one looks pretty plugged up to me. Doubt it'll come out on camera, but no, maybe not. Came out though. That's good. We needed that. Yeah, so unfortunately this one has a crack in it. So I have to JB weld that up before I can clean it. But we can take this all apart. Yeah, you know, like don't do that. But I have this long one, right? Take your time. So that one was a float problem. The O-rings are shot in these. I don't know, you know. This thing will probably leak if I can't find them, man. Yeah, he's well aware of that. So I don't know what else to say. Probably it just needs all new floats. But I'm thinking a 40C. Like this looks like a 40C carburetor. Oh. Yeah, it has a little smudge down in the bottom. Yeah, this one's definitely got more evidence of the schmutz. So, that's good. And this one's more flat. See that? I don't know if you can see that because I got you looking up there. Yeah, this one's more flat. And there's a little schmutz right there. It's like a little piece of something. So our little crease is up or down, really. So let's see what this does. Again, you don't have to take it all the way out. I mean, this one's a lot better. It still has a little slight ridge in it. I know you can't see that. You probably won't. But definitely we got more schmutz in this one. So let's see if we can get this out of here. Alright, let's see. Alright, I got some parts ordered for that. If I could talk. Parts ordered. Parts ordered. I got those carbs, you know, broken down. And was able to figure out some things. Got some parts ordered. Got a new needles. And check the floats. They are okay. they're, sorry y'all, I'm just like going to town. Yeah, checking these out. Got some numbers on them, like down here it says 35BCAH20. I'm thinking that's the upper carb. And then the one that was broken I fixed with some JB Weld, and the other one I went and put some JB Weld on it anyway, because that'll help that plastic even though it's not broken. And then I did the same thing in this one. Just gotta let it sit and cure, and it'll be just fine. Oh, on these carburetors, by the way, I was able to find these little plastic pieces. So I ordered 2 of them just because, like, I'm afraid they're gonna break. They're probably gonna break. Stuff like this does. So got a couple of those clips coming. So now maybe we can set the lash on these things opening and closing. So I believe that is set by this. I don't, this turns like when you, anyway, you get the idea. So like, I can have it, like, it really should be, like, when you adjust these, like, it really should be up a little bit. And I think somebody has, like, I don't know, we'll see, but I'm pretty sure this just rotates a little bit. And then, like, I don't know, it's like that. I don't think this is right. There's nothing in here. Like, you can look and see. Like, there's nothing on the backside of that carburetor. I guess you can see. See, like, this is just into here. So I don't know what purpose this would serve other than, you can rotate this a little bit. And then it's gone, like, it's not going to close all the way. See how this is sticking a little bit? Really, it should be just touching. So I think this is out of adjustment. I think it needs to just turn a little bit to open this up a hair so that whenever, oh man, I gotta be careful. That's fine. And I'll give it a little extra something. That's what I'm saying anyway.